Hey everyone, my name is Paige, and the title of my journal is Comparison of Behavioral Intervention and Sensory Integration Therapy on Challenging Behaviors of Children with Autism. So just to jump right into it, the purpose of the study was to compare the effects of SIT, which is sensory integration therapy, and behavioral intervention on rates of challenging behavior, including self-interest behavior, and for children that are diagnosed with ASD. And just like a little bit of information in case you're not sure what SIT is. It's mainly performed by occupational therapists, and it's to help children improve their processing and sensory inputs to gain appropriate adaptive ways to handle their everyday stimuli. A lot of times this is seen through play, using swings and equipments like trampoline and slides and heavy pressure. So a functional assessment was performed for each child to identify the variables maintaining the challenging behaviors. Results of these assessments were used to design a functional-based behavioral intervention for each participant. And I kind of put over there to the side just a visual of behavioral intervention and the sensory. The methods used, so the operational definitions of each challenging behavior were created and written after direct observations. Each participant's operational definition was written by the author of the study. I thought this was important to state because the operational definition, as we know, is very crucial to good measurement because it provides a clear and specific definition of what's going to be measured. And without a clear and consistent operational definition, there could be confusion or disagreement about what's being measured, and that could lead to inaccurate or unreliable results. During the intervention phase and follow-up phase, the children's frequency of challenging behaviors were measured using event recording. The total of all the challenging behaviors observed were recorded for each participant. So more into the methods. The daily sessions, in order to compare the different effects of SIT and behavioral intervention, the rates of challenging behavior, participants received 2 treatments in alternating sequences. Each treatment was delivered, and then the data was collected and recorded in 10 daily sessions. So these sessions were 5 hours long, and during these sessions, the children participated in typical everyday free choice activities and regular scheduled activities. I kind of just imagine it like a clinical setting if you've been in an ABA center. And then the follow-up probes were conducted for 2 daily sessions 1 month following the interventions. So now we're at the results. Function-based treatment and behavioral interventions were more effective in reducing levels of challenging behavior than the sensory integration therapy for each participant. The sensory integration resulted in increased challenging behaviors that were maintained by the environmental variables. So the kiddos that showed the functions of automatic reinforcement for the challenging behaviors responded differently to the sensory input. And just to add on there, alternate sources of reinforcement were provided to uncover the type of stimulation provided by the SIT to match the topography behavior to alleviate any deprivation, so there wasn't any malpractice or anything like that going on, no mistreatment of the participants. And to go on to the discussion, I found this part very interesting. They did further analysis on saliva samples, and this showed lower levels of cortisol and very little stress responsivity across the sensory input condition and the behavioral intervention condition. This could be related to the participant's ability to perceive stress in terms of its social significance. So I guess that can kind of be tied into more of the biological makeup side of it as well. The author also suggested that if the sensory input therapy is chosen, to assess the behaviors of the function before the intervention. So before you jump in, the author really stressed that simple methods such as screening tools, questionnaires, brief ABC data could answer questions about the behavioral function and could inform the professionals or parents about any variables that can maintain the problem behavior. This is very important, as we've also come to learn in this class, like the intake paperwork and questionnaires could really help avoid situations where the use of the sensory techniques could increase the unwanted behaviors. So, how I can apply this to my future. This article could be a great resource for my future field work or any professional that has a career as a BCBA, because we most commonly face challenging behaviors. One thing that really stuck out to me is each client is different, so they'll need different treatments. So although 9 out of the 10 clients who received the behavioral intervention reduced the behavior, sensory intervention therapy actually helped 1 out of the 10 clients. So although that's the minority, sometimes you have to remember to think outside the box, and sometimes, you'll have the situation or clients where you feel like you've tried every single option and you're feeling defeated. This article could go on to help someone to try something different, such as the sensory input therapy versus the behavioral. And I'm a big article person. I actually like reading and reviewing them, so this one could help further collaborations and evolve knowledge in other professionals. And here is my citation. Thank you all.